Welcome back. Want to introduce you once again, reintroduce you to some friends to the Roundtable program. Michael Huggins, who was on here a couple of months ago when he was getting a bus trip scheduled for the inauguration, and we have been following the progress with that. Also an old friend to 13 ABC Action News, Cardi Finkbeiner, former mayor here of Toledo. I'm sure you were sitting off the sidelines listening to our last segment.
Yes,
and
I was.
kind of taking an interesting ear to that. I don't want to waste our time talking about that segment, but not that I would waste our time. I just don't want to waste your time because we've got bigger things to talk about. Michael, once again, and we talked about it during the commercial break, I said, I see you as a modern day, the civics teacher that you don't want people to forget about, because you got together that inauguration bus trip, which turned out to be a great success. 4 buses, I think you filled?
Yes.
Going to that.
Yes.
Great success with that, and here again, you have got a bus trip ready to go in just a couple of weeks. August 23rd, it's leaving. August 24th is when the actual event is. But talk about what you're taking people to.
Well, we're the 2013 March on Washington, Dr. King, 50th years since he did the I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah.
We're going to be down there in Washington, D.C. on August 24th, leaving the 23rd.
President Obama, Jesse Jackson, a number of dignitaries expected to speak at this
Speaking
event.
down there. It's my 4th trip down there, and I'm just looking forward to take Toledoans down to Washington, D.C. and take in the festivities down there. I think it's a good time after the Trayvon Martin verdict for us to really embrace our capital down there with all the history, including Dr. King new monument that just was unveiled in 2011.
Right.
And I'm looking forward and being down there for my 4th trip.
You think this is a time, and obviously it's a time for people to kind of put race aside and focus on history and being an American.
Absolutely, absolutely. I look for the judicial system to take care of that part, but I think it's a chance for us all to come together after the situation that happened in Florida.
What specifically about this day and this part of history and why people need to be there for this?
Well,
I mean, 50 years, it's hard to believe.
I wouldn't even, I wasn't there.
I'm right there with you, no offense.
47 years old.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
47 years old. I think, I wasn't there then, but of course, I would love to be there for this 50th anniversary. And I think it is be fitting for me to take another bus down there, or a few buses down there to for this ceremony.
Cardi, once again, we see this individual sitting next to us who is really going above and beyond the call of duty, trying to bring an opportunity to folks where they wouldn't necessarily have the chance to do this.
I was a civics teacher at your alma mater, St. Francis de Sales High School, and when I see a young man or woman that I think deserves support from a person that's been around the track a few more times than both of you have.
And with some connections.
I want to encourage Mike, and Mike has been steadfast over the last 5 years in wanting to get Toledo young people and not so young people into the nation's capital to celebrate some important event. I do remember where I was, guys, on August 24th in 1963. I was coaching football at the University of Toledo.
Yeah.
But 4 years later, I was working for the anti-poverty program of the city of Toledo. And just prior to that, of course, Dr. King and Senator Robert Kennedy had been assassinated in 1965. So this time period has a lot of relevance for me. And I'm delighted that you're taking your time to help others get acquainted with the.
You got involved with him for the inaugural bus trip, and what did you see as far as the people coming together for that, and what we hope to gain by doing this again? What do you think?
I think I saw exactly what your mom and dad saw when they wanted you, for whatever reasons, to go to St. Francis de Sales High School. They saw an opportunity for you to be prepared for the world beyond St. Francis de Sales. And Mike's taking seniors as well as young people, but I want to have more Toledoans not base all of their decision making on just having lived in Toledo and not having seen the bigger world.
Tunnel vision.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to say a better world, but there are some bright people and there are some accomplished people that are celebrated in Washington, D.C. at their monuments and in the Congress and so
Absolutely.
forth. And the more that we become acquainted with the life and how they made decisions that allow them now to be remembered in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
that can come back to Toledo and make
Absolutely.
Toledo a worldly a worldly concerned
Sure.
city, and we want that from our young people.
Right.
A fuller experience. Talk about getting in touch with you and how people go about doing it.
I tell you, it's great stories for the summer. The kids is out of school and that. You know, if they give
Just
me a
before
call,
school starts back,
Just
yeah.
before
Yeah.
school start back. If you make your way over to Urban Federal Credit Union over on Dorr Street, Jack's Menswear. Tickets is $95. It'd be a great trip, turnaround bus down to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And
Let's go ahead and put up that full screen and show people at home phone number they can call as well.
Right. Absolutely. 932-5460. And
The bus is taking off at 11 o'clock at night,
Right.
the day before,
the day before,
making the trip straight over.
Yep.
making the trip straight over. Get there about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to take in all the festivities. A lot of great speeches down there and sightseeing, Smithsonian, and so forth.
And then brings you back that day.
Board the bus back up about 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
And
all right.
then,
He
have
knows how
great
to
stories.
do things efficiently.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Get it rolling. Michael,
Absolutely.
as always, we appreciate seeing you
All right.
and
God
good
bless
luck
you.
to you.
God bless
Thank
you,
you
Jeff.
so much,
Thanks for
Carter.
having
As
us,
always,
Jeff.
good to
Thank
see
you
you.
very
Stay
much.
right there. We will wrap things up for this Sunday right after this.
All right.
ABC Tonight.